Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today it is with great pride that I am unboxing today the brand new NAD Master Series M23 stereo power amplifier. This long-awaited power amplifier is a unique companion to the multi-award-winning M23 streaming amplifier, but also a standalone digital hybrid amplifier that is astonishing as far as its control, its effortlessness under any load and any environment. It's rated at a couple of hundred watts in 8 ohms, and its dynamic power is 50-60% more than that at least. It's stable into impedances that most amplifiers won't cope with, and in 4 ohms is something like 500 watts, so a real amount of power. But their digital hybrid, it's their brand new amplification, again the same stuff in their M23. This amplification allows for some configuration and some capabilities that most don't. It has a huge dampening factor, and that's the advantage of this hybrid design. Yet will have exceptionally low output impedance and is a beautiful, beautiful companion to any decent stereo preamp, and of course a wonderful partner to the matched M33 Master Series streaming integrated amplifier. So let's have a look. Firstly, what we'll see, like any of the Master Series components, is that they have an outer freight carton. It's boring. It's designed to give you no illusion as to what is inside. In fact, it's slap some freight tickets on it, crayon an address on it. It doesn't matter. This box is simply designed to ensure that it comes to you safely and in one piece. We have on one end the NAD Master Series, a scannable information associated with the model and serial number, and a few other things associated with compliance and stacking and recyclability. We have the NAD Master Series logo on one side and an exact emulation of the information on one end. Opening this is really, really easy. It's a very, very straightforward process. A craft knife, cutting the plastic packing tape, and a simple couple of nicks, and we're in. Now inside the box we see the inner carton, and this is factory sealed in a sort of a shrink wrapped plastic. Getting out of this, very, very easy. A simple roll and lift the freight carton off. Putting it around the right way for a moment, we see firstly a little bit more elaborate packaging. A reverse colour used where the black ink gives you a lovely M23 logo, badge, Master Series, again scannable information. Getting this open is very, very easy. You sort of score the plastic with a craft knife lightly, you get your fingernails involved. And as soon as you've got yourself a sort of a tear point, the rest of it just falls away very, very easily. This helps to preserve the product from a moisture perspective, and you'll see why in a moment, because NAD has invested in some packaging technology to ensure that they've at least thought about their environmental impact, the types of things that you and I might end up throwing away. So removing this, very straightforward. Putting the box upright and spinning it around, we see an emulation again of the Master Series logos, and at one end scannable information for the product and serial number. Opening this inner box, again it's taped closed, so very, very straightforward. Couple of nicks and we're in. Once opened, there's a little bit of elegance that they have introduced into the style of the packaging. Gone is the very boring cardboard, and we've got a lovely little sort of textured design. from here we get to see the investment that NAD have made in some of the more ecological methods of packaging. Lifting this out, we see that it's actually made of recycled cardboard, and it's moulded to fit the amplifier, yet offer all of the protection that you would require. In the top, we see the first of the accessory boxes. Getting rid of that. Let's pause for a moment. The first box contains the M23 Quick Start Guide, for want of a better thing. Essentially how to plug this in. Now, anybody that's going to invest in anything of the quality of this probably knows how to put a power cord in and maybe an interconnecting cable, but nevertheless it does highlight the fact that the amplifier has both single-ended and balanced inputs, connections of which are highlighted, as well as where you put the magnetic cup feet that protect the surface of the products you're likely to put it on. Probably the most important is the mention of the balanced and single-ended switch. The circuit is quite different depending on the inputs that you choose, and you must select that correctly. We've got a basic safety instruction manual, a warranty card, a cleaning cloth, some filler packaging to then hold in place the feet. Now you'll see that this same moulded cardboard is obviously utilised for many of the other things. In fact, you'll see exactly this moulded piece of cardboard in the M23 integrated streaming amp, where its remote control, USB key and other accessories sit. Here we have 4 protective cups. Now what makes this kind of cool, get rid of that, is that these actually have a magnet on the back, and it means that as far as that last little seating of these, they will naturally sort of go click into place very easily, and a little bit of unweighting of the amplifier as you shuffle it around will mean that these feet will naturally find their own home. It also means that if you sort of lightly pick it up and move it, the feet should come along with it, so that's excellent. There's a few little things. There's some desiccant dry powder bags to keep the cardboard moisture free, and lifting the amplifier out at this point is very straightforward. As we drill in, we see the other half of the moulded cardboard associated with the packaging, and a few other desiccant bags and other things to keep things dry in transit. Then we have the second accessory box. Get rid of that. Now the second accessory box, by the indication as we see on it, contains the power cords. Now the fact that I got a care package and a courier bag with a couple of power cords along with this implies what we're going to see is probably the international power cords. Not much use to me, but nonetheless you will see very well protected 2 power cords at the bottom, this one being for European and whatever it might be. That looks like the US actually, given its gauge. Okay, again, cardboard packaging. Now, sliding this back into frame, we see a beautiful drawstring bag. The bag itself is an elegant little touch. Very useful long term should you end up discarding everything, because you've got all sorts of things that you can use to store in this kind of bag long term. Rather than some sort of single-use product, they've looked at something that would not only protect the product but potentially offer some value and flexibility long term for another application. Taking the bag off, very straightforward, undo the knot, open it up, and we reveal the base of the product and the spikes that these cup feet will attach to. Again, see the magnet doing its job. Careful moving it around, obviously, because these are designed to be a sharp point for the purposes of those microscopic vibrations from the electronics inside. It's been proven many times over that isolating these products from the surface and stopping resonance off the surface has a very small improvement to the quality of its operation. So leaning it over, we see the side of the product for the first time. And this very, very elegant design is something that we've already seen in some of the M22 power amp and the M33 streaming integrated amplifier. These air vents, of course, are designed to add the flow and cooling required, but also a hint of the design elegance that comes with it. Tilting it up and removing the last of the bag, we see the other elements that we have grown to love in the Master Series products, and it's this beautiful two-tone of aluminium and black. Tilting it forward, we see the ventilation is beautifully giving a sense of elegance and design to a piece of this quality. Having a look at the front, it's pretty boring. We have a simple illuminated NAD logo. Now this changes colour, it's a tricolour LED depending on the status, ensuring that blue for normal operation, red if you've got a problem, and orange during its startup. We see the extruded aluminium front and the black front panel, giving it a real elegance. Leaning it forward, we see the logo, the M23, as well as the stereo power amplifier, and one of the most critical parts, which is the on-off switch. Now, this is a tap to turn it on, and then hold your finger over it and it will turn off. Again, beautiful design in its two-tone metalwork. Again, there's the side, but it's at the back that this amplifier really kind of is appealing from an in and out and quality perspective. Firstly, we see a copper strip. Now this is related to how the chassis is earthed and ensuring that the connection to earth is maintained and maximised as possible. We see beautiful 5-way binding posts with an excellent fit and finish, specifically designed for a side entry of spades and to stop that spade from twisting around and potentially causing problems. Again, bananas, bare wire, all can be accepted by these connections. In beside that we see the first balanced input matched with its single-ended input, and then of course the left version of that for the other channel. Beneath it we see that selector switch that I alluded to in the quick setup guide, associated with balanced or single-ended input. Now this allows that for each channel, which is a very unusual approach. This power amplifier could potentially be utilised in an AV setup, and you may have a single-ended or balanced input requirement for each channel. It also means, should you be bridging this mono, which again delivers an extraordinary amount of power, up to 700 watts per channel, it means that you've got a configuration easily with a few little switches, enabling you to bring the most out of this at any time. Inside from that we have a simple 12-volt trigger. This is the most common control cable that is likely to go to any preamp or the M23 integrated amplifier to ensure that this turns on and off with the slave device. Then you've got a simple but recessed switch, and this is where you need to be a little bit more careful when thinking about its setup. This is where we have the ability to bridge it mono, and there are specific wiring, and it's in a line drawing to ensure that you wire it up correctly. Dealing with 700 watts is an exceptional amount of power, and you need to be careful before connecting that. And again, hence why the switch is recessed. Out of the box it's set to off or stereo, and you flick it up into the bridged mode should you require that. Then you've got an LED level. Now that changes the brightness on the front display, and then again the selection for the left channel for single-ended or balanced. The connections for the output of speakers are of course emulated on the other side. There is a ground connection, so that if you choose to, you can connect this with a series of earths to ensure that you can eliminate any hum, and we would always recommend it anyway, because a tiny amount of noise floor that is reduced by earthing everything together is an improvement that most will spend thousands of dollars to try and do, so utilise it when you can. There is a basic IEC power input and fuse beneath. The tray slides out and there's a spare fuse in there as well, and then a simple but good quality rocker switch. Now as always, hang around for some close-up photographs where you'll see all of this along with its elegance. But what I'm going to do is grab an M33 and show you just how beautiful it is with its companion. The M33 and the two the M23 are designed of course to companion each other in either a bi-wireable bi-amp configuration or dual mono if required. That flexibility is quite unique, and it's wonderful to see that they've built that in. So, there we have it. The brand new NAD Master Series M23 stereo power amplifier, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.